All right, welcome to this week's Double K's Take as I take you on my final NFL run before I dive into basketball and tell you the three teams that I think will do better, basically, than their projected record this season, or three teams who will surprise in 2016. The first team on that list is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucs finished last year 6-10, and they're projected to go 8-8 this year. They didn't really make a lot of changes during the offseason. They got rid of a couple of people. They signed a couple of people, but nobody really big named. But they look to progress forward with Mike Evans and Jameis Winston entering, I believe, fourth and second year respectively. Vincent Jackson's still there. Doug Martin's getting better by the year. So it's one of those things where I expect them to make a bigger leap than what most people do, but I also expect them to finish at 9-7 and miss the playoffs. So as good as they will be, I don't think even any of these teams will be playing for the playoffs, or will be in the playoffs this year, or be playing for a Lombardi Trophy. The second team on my list is the Cleveland Browns. The Browns finished last year 3-13, are projected to finish 1-15 this year. And unfortunately, I was going to make a point about this and say let's say that they will do better with RG3. But from what I've heard about Josh McCown, I believe he can lead them to more than one win. So I'll definitely say that they still qualify for this list, but not by much. They moved on from Johnny Manziel. They signed RG3. They hired Hugh Jackson as a coach. They made a lot of smart decisions this offseason. I just don't know if it's going to pay off this season. I had them projected at 6-10. Let's take that down to 4-12, but definitely a little bit better than 1-13 or 1-15. I think they have enough in them with Duke Johnson Jr., Josh Gordon returning, Gary Barnidge, Josh McCown flinging the ball all over the place, and a semi-decent defense to be able to pull off getting a win or two out of the season, or getting more than just one win out of the season. The last team is the San Francisco 49ers. They are projected. They finished last year 5-11 under head coach Jim Tomsula. They projected this year to finish 4-12 under new head coach Chip Kelly. They fired Tomsula, hired Chip Kelly. They managed to retain most of their solid players, so I don't believe that they will be as bad as everybody thinks they do. I don't believe that every week they'll play a game like they played against the Rams, but I think they'll play enough of them to potentially finish 7-9 or 8-8. And be a team that makes more noise than what people think they will. I definitely don't think this is a 2-win or 3-win team, as some would suggest. I think this is a team that can definitely win 6 to 7 to 8 games. So that's been my three teams that will surprise for this week's Double K's Take. Be sure to tune in next week for my first NBA preview. And other than that, be sure to tune in Double K's Classroom every other Thursday night on Spreaker.com. Download the podcast or find us here on the blog, West Coast Bias WCB1.blogspot.com, or catch us on Twitter, West Coast Bias 2, or at double KKW on Twitter as well, and on YouTube. Y'all have a good night.